Repetition is the second of the design principles we're going to talk about in this class. Repetition helps establish visual harmony. It's a great tool to attract attention, and it prompts the user to investigate more. This slide looks random. Like nothing is pulled together, and it's just random thoughts. This slide looks more professional. It looks pulled together. The design makes more sense. So things that you can repeat are font size, font style, colors, design elements, formatting, background, and image. Color is one of the main things that you would repeat throughout. Here is a screenshot of National Geographic website. And notice the text color, white. It's white throughout, and it stands out from the background. But one thing I want to point out, up in the upper left-hand corner of the screen is like the little yellow rectangle. That is so indicative of National Geographic. It's been on the magazine for 100 years, and it's a great symbol that lets you know, it's a little repetition that lets you know that this is the authentic National Geographic. This is a screenshot of the City of Albuquerque website. And again, you can really see how they've repeated the yellow. They have the yellow in the logo, and the red bar across, and the red bar is repeated. And the text color is also consistent throughout. This is an ad for a dog training center that you can look at. There's a repetition in the style of font. They have a bold face with a light face, a bold face with standard face, repeated. And then at the bottom, bold face, light face is repeated again. This is an ad. Now, the color of Tarrington's teas is sampled right out of the teapot. So sampling means the color is picked directly out of that teapot and used for that font. And then the teacup is repeated. A little design element is taken, copied, and turned around and repeated. You could use repetition to create a border, or a design element. You could change the sizes and make it bold and small. Or you could make like a watermark color and make it transparent in the background and pop in the front. Here's a poster for the movie Kill Bill. So notice how the yellow in Kill Bill, even the shape of the letters is repeated in the bar behind her. The horizontal kind of bars are located throughout, and then that yellow's color is repeated in the fourth film from Quentin Tarantino. This is a great poster of little hands, repeated throughout to represent little leaves. Another movie poster. The photos on the right-hand side really kind of represent the colors in the face. So there's the blue from the blue eyes. There's two blue images. There's images with red cast that are like her lipstick. And then the text below and at the very bottom are sampled from her lipstick. The Nightmare Before Christmas has the yellow from the moon, and it's repeated inside those pumpkins that are also repeated throughout the. And the text below, again, is sampled directly out of the purple in the mountains. The lost symbol, notice that the text on the right-hand side and the left-hand side in the middle are taken directly off the wax seal. And the text below is sampled again out of the background of the image, and then the black is repeated with the name. This Garden Designs, the brown, the Great Garden Shops is sampled from the stem of those flowers. And Hottest Gift Tips, the hottest is sampled directly from the color of the leaves and the flowers. And look on the lower left-hand side, that brown is repeated inside the letters of the articles. Here's a classic movie, Breakfast at Tiffany's. And notice that the colors are repeated, that yellow bar is repeated. But one thing I really like about this image is the diamond around her neck is repeated in her hair and also repeated in the T in the word Tiffany's at the bottom. The movie Serenity again, the blues are taken, and that blue is used in the text below. That tiny bit of yellow is repeated up in her hair. This one I think is a bad example of repetition. I think it's a little bit overdone. It is. It's repeated twice on the bottles and huge in the background. So I think this is an example of it being completely overdone. And also, we're talking about color. That high contrast color scheme is a little bit too much for an ad like this. Here's some repetition that just showing that the company has won a ton of awards, so you can depend on them, and they're a great company. That's what the ad says. So look for ways to use repetition to make your entire project look pulled together and professional.